Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Ready to Love Season 9. This is episode 12. This is going to be our last episode before the reunion. I hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing well. So, this particular episode was a review while I watch. Most of the episodes that I do, I review them while I watch. It's easier for me to take my screenshots and do all of that jazz. So, this one is no different. So, as you hear me talking right now, I do not know the ending of the episode, but I'm already excited about how it's going so far. So we about 12 minutes into the episode, and I went ahead and put Mika as the opening shot because, shout out to Mika. What y'all think she leg pressing? Huh? What y'all think she doing on the extension machine, the leg press machine? As a fellow big leg girl myself, I mean, she really inspired me because sometimes I get real awkward around a short. Once we start going above the knees and whatnot, I start getting nervous. If I could wear jeans year round, I would. I really would. But it's too hot in Texas for that. But she looks great. See, I don't got the waist that Mika got. Okay, I ain't got that waist, but hopefully one day I can get there. But shout out to you, sis. You look good. You look good, girl. I had to go ahead and put you in the open. I had to shout you out. So everybody is headed to Nephew Tyler Perry's barbecue. That man cooking up that food, he had some stuff in a cast iron and some leg quarters. I said, boy, you better do it. We need to get his name so I could go. I could go to wherever he got. He looked like he got a food truck or something. Let me know who that is, Nephew Tyler Perry, please. Don't leave us waiting. So everybody's showing up for the barbecue, and Mika says that her and Justin get some time to show off. I was like, nah, I don't, Mika. I can tell you used to being in relationships for a long time. So let JoJo teach you this lesson. Don't speak on these men. Okay? Don't speak on these men. Don't start bigging them up too much too soon. You can't big them up until year 7. After year 7, y'all safe. You know, y'all pretty safe. You in the safe zone. Before then, it's anybody's game. They will disappoint you. Don't big them up too soon, too early, or too fast. All right? Say you gonna show yourself off. Don't speak on that man. Anyway, they are a couple that's looking the best, out of everybody. So they kind of looking around at everybody else's dilemma because they've already pretty much chosen each other. And I'm glad for it. Like, it's always good when you get it out the way, when both of y'all know what it is. Y'all just waiting to cross that bridge. So good. Then we move on to Luron and Chaz. Now, normally, I would say not to be getting any advice from Chaz because he in his own little pickle. But in this regard, Chaz was giving him good advice. And for the most part, Chaz does give good advice. He just don't necessarily follow his own script the way he should. So he's talking to Luron, asking him how he's been doing. Luron explains the little situation that him and Maya had, and he's not sure if they're good or not. At this point, I think Luron knew they wasn't good because he said later on, you ain't even been hitting me up, or you haven't been answering my whatever. They hadn't been talking. So I think he kind of knew. Chaz asked him, well, did you give a heartfelt apology? Because Luron did say he thought they moved past it. He apologized. And Luron says, I'm from Jersey. Boy, and I'm from South Carolina. What the hell that's got to do with whether or not you gave a heartfelt apology? What are you telling us that for? And so Chaz is just like, no, you got to do it. He was like, I don't feel like I need to do that. She should know how I feel. She should already know that. And Chaz was like, no, she shouldn't. You have to let her know that. You have to let these things be known. This man is older and wiser, Luron. He done been through what you've been through, and he about to go through it again. But he is telling them the right thing. You can't ever, and I've had to even tell some of my homegirls that, you can't ever assume that people know how you feel about a thing. I've had to tell my mama that even. You cannot assume that people know how you're feeling about something. You can't assume that people have moved past something. You really don't know until you have that conversation and display to that person how it is that you really feel. So Luron hasn't done that yet. At this point, this is when Maya shows up. It almost looked like they planned to dress alike. They probably didn't, but they got on similar colors And she comes in and she asks him if he wants to talk. I said, that's what I'm talking about, girl. Get straight to it. We don't need to do no pleasantries. And he just like, you want to talk right now? She said, yeah, let's do that. Let's talk right now. So they go talk. Needless to say, this conversation doesn't go well. Now, to give LaRon his credit, and I ain't got a lot of it to give LaRon, I do think he was trying to follow Chaz's advice. He was trying to come in with the vulnerability. He said that I care about you deeply. That's why I reacted the way that I did. Maya ain't have time for it. She said that I'm not used to being with anybody who gets angry like that. Number one. Number two, I'm social. I like to meet people. People are going to come up to me. I like to talk to people. That's who I am. LaRon gonna say in his confessionals, you trying to meet people at the club? I don't believe that's what she said. I first of all, she said she knew the guy already. Secondly, we still don't know all of the logistics as to, was they hugged up? Was he touching her? Was he close to her because it was loud? It don't even matter. Because the bottom line is, you called her the B word. All right, so I don't even know why I'm going through all of the logistics. You had let your anger in that moment get the best of you, and she don't like that. She don't appreciate it, and she feels like it's going to be a problem in the future. She also feels like you are not truly apologetic because you keep bringing up, I ain't no simp, and you ain't finna have me looking like no simp on TV. And Maya's just like, that's it right there. It's above me. It don't really even matter whether or not I forgive you or whether or not, none of that matters. I could forgive you right now and say I love you and you could never speak to me again. As long as I say it to you on camera, that's all you worried about. You just worried about leaving the process with somebody. And LaRon says, that's not true. That's not true. Well, LaRon, how is it not true? Because when you say it's not true, you say it's not true, but when the argument escalates and production tries to come over and get you guys to talk rationally, all you keep saying is, she not finna play me on TV. She ain't finna play me. I ain't finna get played on TV. You're proving her point. Every time it gets back to, well, I don't really know how you really feel, and I'm not really sure if you're being honest, you always take it back to, I ain't finna be no sucker. I ain't finna be no simp. And you ain't finna play me on TV. The podcast community and them damn microphones from Amazon and everywhere else really, really did a number on the entire dating community. Because it ain't just black. I know y'all would like to think it is. Because it ain't just black. Really did a number on the entire dating community. It really did. Because just like men often say, women keep other women single, men gonna keep other men single too. Because if I had a woman like Maya, I wouldn't give a damn about nobody calling me no simp. I wouldn't care about nobody thinking I was no simp because my woman looks great. My woman got a banging body. She's super sweet. You notice she don't raise her voice at him. It took a lot for her to get there. I love her style. She fun. She okay with me going out. She's obviously okay with me being fat. I wouldn't care about none of that because I got the girl y'all want on my arm. So you can call me whatever you want. But no, he worried about looking like a simp on TV. Okay, cool. When Maya tells him he need to be secure, I'm secure. That's not what you're giving, baby. That's not what you're giving. You ain't even giving 30-something-year-old man. You really giving early 20s. So none of that, nothing goes well there. Chaz, he want to pipe up and say, well, what's going on? What's going on with them? Don't you worry about it. Never you mind, dear heart. All right. The sister wife sitting in front of him just like, hey, you got your own issues going on. We trying to figure out if you trying to keep us as some sister wives. Then they get to giggling. I said, if y'all smart, y'all will go off together and build some type of business or get y'all a house together, a big old house. She stay on one end with her kids. You stay on the other end with your kids. Because really, we getting to the point where if we going to rely on anybody, it's going to be each other. I'm just saying. That's about where I'm at with it, though. So then Chad's going to say, oh, gosh, these ladies are really pressuring me. I still haven't made a decision. Boy, it's episode 12. We down to Nephew Tyler Perry's cookout. You talking about you ain't made no decision. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, help me, God. That's what I'm talking about right there. He want to give advice. He could be in somebody else's business, But he can't follow none of that for himself. We are at the end, baby. Ain't no more decisions. You need to make it happen. So nephew Tyler Perry comes out and he get up under the arch about to make one of his great speeches. And that's when Maya was like, I appreciate your time and efforts. I appreciate being here, but what I want ain't here, and I'm gonna just head on home. Now that's just, I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what she said. She said it much nicer. So nephew Tyler Perry is confused. He like, oh, what done happened? So Maya come up there. LaRon sitting over there with his shades on, pouting and hoping don't nobody call him to the front of the room. He's giving very much, please don't call on me to read. So nephew Tommy said, get your ass up. I'm going to be cussing a lot. Just let y'all know. Get up. Come up here because you her connection. So he get up and he go over there. He was like, man, here we go. See what I mean? This is what I thought was going. He's still worried about being played on television. Maya says, I just have tried. It's not working for me. Nephew Tyler Perry wants to know, is there anything that we can do? LaRon wants to try to save it. He tries one more time to say, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for things to go down the way that they went down, but I really would like to try. I really do like Maya. I really do. He tried. I don't know if it was heartfelt. I'm going to say that it was, actually. I'm going to say that it was because I don't think he would have. I feel like if it was phony, he wouldn't have went out on a limb again. He would have just let it go. Okay. And he probably would have put a little stank on it when he left. So I do think he was trying. I'm going to give him that. And Maya said no. I didn't think she was going to say no the second time because Maya comes off as a people pleaser to me. So I didn't think she was going to say no again, but she did. She said, no, this ain't it for me. I got to go. And LaRon is, y'all, ooh, he mad. He mad because he looked like a simp on TV. He said, see, I opened myself up and now I'm here looking like a sucker, looking like I'm back to the streets. She still didn't choose me. I lost a good woman. Now I'm back to the streets. I said, you was going to go back to the damn streets. Anyway, LaRon, you better be glad it wasn't Koshia that you called the B word because she would have pulled a razor out from under her tongue and slashed you and all that catfish and grits and then Hennessy would have came pouring out your would have came pouring out the womb, just catfish, just fillets and Hennessy galore and sugar and diabetes. All of that would have started coming out if you would have said that to Koshia. So you better be glad that you said it to the right one and she handled you with some grace. But he ain't never gonna forget this day, y'all. Just like the boy who never forgets the girl that turned him down in middle school and somehow believes that 40 years later, when she can't find a man, she's somewhere thinking about him from 7th grade. I don't know why men think that. But LaRon is gonna swear when Maya can't find nobody next year that she is somewhere fantasizing about him and should have went ahead and chose him because he a good man, even though he called you a bitch. Because that's what a good man does. Ladies, we leave at the first red flag. Yes, we do. We leave at the first red flag. Especially with gentlemen who believe we are superior to him. And I believe that LaRon has that way of thinking because he wants Maya to hold herself to a higher standard than he would even hold himself. So since he believes you superior to him, you're going to have to teach him what his mama and daddy wouldn't. As we say in the South, let me learn you. And gut punch his ass. And teach him the lesson that needs to be taught. Since you think I'm above you, I'm going to show you what above you looks like. I'm going to show you how adults do it. We leave at the first red flag. Shout out to you, Maya. All right, so we get the party started with the meetings. Chaz is having Patrice meet his brother. He is still explaining to everybody how new the connection is. He doesn't realize how much of a duck he sound like, continuing to mention that over and over again. The fact that it's new and y'all at the almost the finale of the doggone season just tells you shouldn't even be wasting your time. But okay. So Patrice comes in to meet the brother. He lets us know that his brother is very high in the military and what he does exactly, he can't even let Patrice know, but he's good at getting information out of people. I said, child, everybody in the military does this. Everybody in the military does this. We act like our job is just so high up and we can't tell nobody. I technically can't tell y'all what I do with my job, but I ain't finna be walking around here acting like I just got all this information and all these juicy secrets that I just can't let y'all know. He probably got a regular top secret clearance just like everybody else. Not everybody got one, but I'm just saying that boy, if he was really high up in the military like that, he wouldn't be on this show. I do not believe that. I don't believe it. What's his rank? Yeah, somebody find out. Is he a commander of some sorts? Or is he a special investigator? For some segment, is he intel? Well, what branch he in? That's going to tell us right there what we need to know. But anyway, so he's sitting there acting like he really about to quiz Patrice up. And he asked her about where she's from, Atlanta. Then asked what she does. What does Patrice do? She do a little bit of everything, all right? She got about 10 jobs. One of them is driving the celebrities around, and then she's also a massage therapist. And then she said in the first episode, she invented a sex toy. So, I don't know. Patrice do it all, child. She got all the jobs, so right? So, he wants to ask her some questions about things that she may have seen doing the celebrity gigs. And she was just like, I don't talk about none of that. Okay, I got an NDA. For everybody, they make you sign an NDA, Patrice. Maybe they do. And I don't discuss any of that, which is fine. And he was like, all right. You ain't got to tell me. You don't have to tell me. And so Chaz likes the fact that she stood up for herself and she wasn't afraid to say, hey, I can't talk about that. So when she leaves, the brother says, I like her. I could tell that every answer was genuine. I was just like, and this is also how I know you ain't got no high-ranking job where you seeking out information, because you would have known Patrice and your brother is a bunch of frauds. Patrice ain't ready to be with this man. She is not ready to be with this man. He looks good on paper, though. And so she's going to continue to let that be known and say she could see herself with him. Whatever. Let's move on to the next one. Justin brother was looking like I might take her for myself when Mika came in. But Justin has already let him know that he's pretty serious about this connection, and he wants his brother to kind of see how he feels about Mika, and does he think that Mika would be a good fit for him. When Mika sits down, he does ask Mika, does he like, how she feels about Justin. She said she really likes him. He was like, okay, cool. He's a lot to deal with. And she said, what you mean by that? Y'all know Mika be on it, baby. She do not play. And he was like, oh, well, like his last relationship. She said, okay, well, tell me about the last relationship. What you know about it? And the brother basically says, I'll just say that didn't work because he is really for real about his space and his personal time. I'm wondering if there's going to be a point of contention between him and Mika, because if it was enough for a relationship to break up over it, then I'm just wondering exactly how much personal time was it that Justin was needing, and is what the woman was asking for unreasonable? Because some people are extra, iffy about. I think I'm kind of like that. That's why I'm speaking on it. It would take a really secure and probably a very busy person to be with me. Like, they would have to have a lot of things outside of me going on, because I don't require a lot of attention, and I really don't want it, because I don't want to be responsible for all of the attention that you're going to need back. So I'm kind of wondering, Justin, if you are one of those special type of people that is hard to get with, because you can't deny your partner that quality time either. That's very normal and healthy in a relationship. So, yeah, I'm just wondering a little bit more about that. We'll have to see if that's going to be a point of contention. Then he asked if she wants kids, and Mika, the pause was so long, y'all, I thought my phone had glitched. But Mika says maybe she's interested to see what Justin might look like as a dad, and they would have some cute babies. Baby, cute babies, it don't do nothing for no relationship. I don't care how cute they are. Y'all know my opinion on that. If you are a woman, because at the end of the day, it's mostly going to fall on you. Men, y'all can speak to each other on what y'all feel about that. But I just speaking from a woman's perspective, if you don't want to have any more children, do not do it. I don't care how wonderful the man is, because you might live to regret that decision. You have not seen him perform as a father. You have an idea of how he might be as a father, but he ain't a father yet. So you don't know yet how he's going to be. I ain't going to say it no more, though. You got to let grown folks make their decisions. So anyway, the meeting went well, but the brother does let Justin know, listen, if you ain't ready, hey, toss it back, because she for real. And if you're not going to be for real about it, don't even do it. All right. So Justin, this is again is making me give you the side eye because why your brother talking to you like that? He ain't being no hater, is he? Do you just want him for yourself, big bro? Let us know. At this point, I feel like Alonzo would do better choosing himself. I don't like what Patrice is doing. I don't like the way that she is handling him. And I try to play fair over here at JoJo's house. I don't need to make an announcement about that because one thing I like about my people who subscribe to me is we tend to move and think a lot of the same ways when it comes to trying to be fair about what's going on. And I love that about JoJo's house because I try not to be biased, although I do got bias in me. I do got it now because y'all do know I love my girls, but I don't like what Patrice is doing. Alonzo seemed like he don't have all his crayons in the box, if you know what I mean. You know, a few bricks shot of a load, if you know what I'm saying. And so he don't always catch on to things the way that he needs to catch on to things. But baby, I need you to catch this. That woman believes that you are not ready for her. Now, she ain't have no business fooling around with you and making you a strong connection, knowing that you were much younger than her, knowing that you were at a point in your life where you were still having fun. That's the reason she liked you. She said she liked younger men. She said and this is the thing. Patrice questions his readiness and she gets him in positions where he feels uncomfortable. And then she turns right around and reels him back in saying, well, I like to have fun too. And I love that about us. I love the fact that we both love this and we got spunk about each other. And quit reeling him back in with that. If you feel like he's not exactly ready for what you're ready for, that happens, especially when you're dating younger men. That does happen. Younger people, really, but especially when you're dating younger men. It happens where you guys might not be on the same page. Alonzo, I want him to stop trying to sound deep because every time he does, he doesn't land it. So just say what you got to say. But he tells us a story of how he got an apartment right now, for example. This is him trying to prove to us he ready. And he don't hang up no pictures because he feel like pictures is for a home. Okay, Alonzo, I mean, I know what you mean by that. What you're saying is, I'm ready to do those things when it's time to do those things. And until it's time to do those things, I'm not going to get too comfortable here in this setting because I know I want more. I know I'm ready to love, but I'm bump. But I just still, I don't feel like Alonzo is as ready. He like he said, I want to continue doing what we're doing. I want to continue having fun. And it sounds like Patrice is having a little trouble, a little bit of a balancing act. She's dated younger men in the past. And that probably hasn't gotten her to where she wants to get to. She's probably enjoyed herself. She's probably had some really good sex. But now it's time for her to get more serious about having a partner in her life, which is why she is leaning more towards Chaz because he is older. He is wiser and he already has a home. She already has, he already has the stability. She's not going to have to grow him up. Okay. Chaz comes with his own set of problems, but that's the more she's looking at more so of that, the stable part. So, I just want her to tell him though, like you just not, baby, you ain't on the same page as me. I'm ready for something in the next year. I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to get with somebody who already got a home. I don't want nobody moving into my home. I already did that with Tyreek last year. I can't have another one of y'all moving in my house trying to get y'all credit straight. I can't cougar y'all no more. I can't sugar mama. I can't bake roll. I ain't saying she did that, but she's giving vibes like she's done this before and she doesn't want to do it again. And that's perfectly fine. But I feel like you playing with this boy. I do. I really, really do. Even the cousin says, look, she seemed cool, seemed like y'all have fun together, but I don't know if she gonna let you be you. And that's true. She is going to grow you up very fast. The same things that she loves about you now is going to be the stuff she hate about you later. So, Alonzo, I don't know if you choosing not to see it or if you just a little slow, baby. I'm not really sure. Y'all can tell by the looks on these faces that the date didn't go well. So, Vanessa meets up with Chaz and his brother. And the brother already knows early on that this is his longest running and his stronger connection. Also lets him know that him and, I was about to call her Veronica, Vanessa have been having some issues where Vanessa isn't really feeling that he is being sincere. And if she doesn't feel like I'm being sincere, then what do we really have? So he lets the brother know that early. So when Vanessa comes in, he gets to talking about how it was when he left the house because Look, he already let the brother know they got some contention. So I guess he just like, I'm going to bring it up. So for example, when I left the house, I was expecting something from you. Like, I would have loved to hear, and are you okay? Like, how am I feeling? And Vanessa's just like, I don't know if I could really give you that because you didn't have any care or concern for the women that you were leaving high and dry when you left from the process. So the brother asked a question. He was just like, well, you are in a situation where you all have multiple suitors, like even yourself, correct? And she says, yes, I do. First of all, I want to say I admire the way Vanessa kept her cool during this date, because I probably would have looked at that brother and been like, and why the hell you asking me about some suitors? I would have got irritated. But yes, I did have another guy. There was one guy, but one is not 10. All right, because Chaz, you did say about 10 women you had a connection with. And so the brother was just like, I can see how there needs to be room, for the fact that you had other suitors as well. But you also have a valid point that one is not 10. So I appreciated the brother for being level-headed about the whole situation. So Chaz is just like, he don't really even know what to think. He don't know what to do when it comes to Vanessa. I mean, the whole date was awkward. The brother really didn't even get any questions off about their connection or how they really feel about one another. It's just like all of a sudden the date was over and the brother is just like, I want to tell you your nails are so pretty. And y'all, I screamed. I literally screamed when the brother said that, because you could tell he didn't have nothing else to say. Everything had already been said. Vanessa and Chaz clearly are having this power struggle. Chaz is clearly irritated with her. He not getting what he need out of her. He not appreciating the fact that she can't understand where he at with the situation and he got to make a decision. And Chaz asked Vanessa, so if the process were to end right now, would you choose me? And Vanessa said, I don't know. And that's when the nails are pretty comment came in, because what more can you say, y'all? This is one of the most awkward family meetings that I have seen on Ready to Love, and I have seen a whole bunch of them. Woo, y'all. It was the I don't know for me. All right, y'all, let's move this along, because I'm already about 30 minutes into this review. So we're going to start with the obvious. Yes, Justin and Mika chose each other. Mika wrote Justin a letter, and Justin tells her how kind she is. He said it feels like love, and she was just like, oh, for real? Because I don't know if I'm ready to say all of that. You ain't got to say that, girl. But she does pull out a letter that she wrote saying that she loved his honesty and his patience with her. The only thing is, I need you to not self-sabotage and trust me when I say I got you. And I think that meant a lot to Justin. It was cute. It was really cute. Even I said, oh, with my ice cold heart. But I knew they were going to choose each other. So let's move to the next one. Okay, I'm going in reverse now. All right? Just know I'm going in reverse. So when I saw Alonzo standing there, I did not think Patrice was going to show up. I gave Patrice a hard time just a couple minutes ago. And I meant what the hell I said. I'm not changing. She needed to quit playing with this boy. But to my surprise, Patrice did end up choosing Alonzo as well. We knew Alonzo was going to choose her, y'all. The boy was so nervous. That bottom lip was all twitchy. But she says she has fun. And Alonzo has put the effort in. And that's what she has really wanted. And she wants to spend the rest of her life having fun. So that is why she chose Alonzo. Is she going to regret her decision in a couple months when he moving in her house? I don't really know. But she knows she going to have fun doing it. And that's all that matters to Patrice right now. I can see that they do definitely have a spark. And speaking of spark, let's move on. Let's go to the next one. Nobody could have told me that the story was going to be written this way. So, Chaz chose Patrice. I'm going to just go ahead and put that out there now. Chaz chose Patrice. But Patrice was like, oh, so kind. Such lovely words. I'm at a loss. Because I didn't choose you, baby. I'm sorry. You are everything that I could have wanted. You check all the boxes. Oh, how sweet it is to be chosen by a man like yourself. But I don't believe we have that spark. And so with that being said, I will be choosing this younger gentleman over here who may have to move into my house and might possibly run up my credit, but I'm all right with that because we gonna be having. I shouldn't say that about Alonzo, y'all. There's no guarantee he's gonna do any of that. But I'm just laughing because the reason she was going to choose Chaz was really based a lot off of stability and what he had. So she did not choose him. He did choose her. And then when she say that she not gonna choose him, he gonna take a rose out of the flowers and say, let me have this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to nurture it. And hopefully I will hear from you again. Boy, this ain't no Shakespeare play. Put my rose back in there. I don't like for my roses to be uneven. Y'all, when I tell y'all I was tickled, because this serves him right. You was running around here talking about how you had all these connections. You thought you had the ability to wait until the very end and keep everybody on the string. And next thing you know, everybody got the cast and lights. And baby, you ended up with the short piece of the stick. I know I shouldn't laugh. I know I shouldn't laugh because rejection is hard. But imagine sending 18 good morning texts. You don't know how many women was a part of the process, Mr. Data Scientist. You don't know how many people was even there. So imagine sending all these good morning text messages and having all these connections with these different women. You thought you was a real Don Juan. You thought you was a player from the Himalayas. And it didn't work out. It didn't work out in your favor. And that's what you get. That's what you get for thinking that you was going to be ready to love Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. But hold on, we ain't done yet. So I told y'all I was working backwards, right? This actually happened before Patrice. Vanessa and Chaz meet up. Vanessa is laughing already because she said Chaz been texting her like the slates has been wiped clean and they good. He come up there with her favorite flowers. No, she loves sunflowers. I do too. Got some in my room right now. So they get over there, they sit down, they talk. And Vanessa just lets him know, we have had such a good time. You are such a great guy. You are such a wonderful person. But when it's all said and done, I'm going to have to choose myself. I said, I know that's right, girl. Choosy moms choose themselves. And Chad said, you know what, Vanessa? You're right. You're right about that. And I'm glad you got to say it first because I was actually going to choose myself too. I wasn't going to choose you. I brought these flowers here for form of fashion. I wasn't going to choose you. I'm going to choose myself. As a matter of fact, I'm going to choose Nola. Who is Nola, you ask? That's the dog. All right. Remember, Vanessa had a problem with his dog. Vanessa is literally looking at him like, what? Like, it's not, she looks amused, right? And you can tell he's embarrassed and his feelings were hurt. Because then he just start cutting low. He pull out some old scared ass rose. Talk about, I brought you these sunflowers because they're your favorite. But I also brought this petrified rose. The only petrified rose sitting there is you, Chaz. Because I would never choose somebody like you. I could never choose you. The jealousy that you displayed and the lack of understanding. And you can tell that got under her skin. She almost went there. Okay, but she was looking amused still. The lack of trust and the lack of understanding and the jealousy that you exuded. I don't want a woman like that. That's not somebody that I could choose. She ain't let it get under her skin too much, y'all. Because when I tell you she stood up, she pulled that dress down. She picked up them flowers and said, well, thank you. Have a nice day. And Chad's gonna say, yeah, let me just sit here for just a minute. And he throw that old scary rose in the water. You know he wanted to throw himself in there, but he was already embarrassed enough. And he said, maybe if I fake a suicide real quick, they'll feel sorry for me. Don't you throw your ass in that water, Chaz. You take this L and you go back to Nola and you give Nola some flowers, okay? Because she going to be the only one that's going to put up with you. It's only going to be you and that dog. Chaz is proud of Chaz. He was giving very much myself in the third person. Chaz chooses Chaz. And Chaz is proud of Chaz. And Chaz is going to move forward with everything that Chaz has in Chaz's house and Chaz's shoes and Chaz's clothes and Chaz's love. Choose yourself, baby. Oh, who we choose? I choose me, baby. Everybody chose themselves. Y'all, I'm tickled. I am tickled. I'm about to be on a high for the rest of the day because nobody could have told me that one of the worst seasons of Ready to Love was going to end like this. Will Packard, baby, you got me back on your side. I'm tickled. I don't know what I'm going to name this episode. It's so many places I could go. Ready to not be a simp. Ready to be a simp. Ready to choose me. Ready to choose Chaz. Ready to choose Nola. Woo! Y'all, when he poured out that rose, I said, this nigga is sure enough a serial killer. I gotta go. I'm gonna be laughing all day. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see y'all. Woo, bye y'all.